get this set up. Try to get in camera. There we go. And get this started. How's everybody doing? It's been a little while. We're going to be working on a little Western set. This is a really old set. This is actually older than I am, so that is pretty solid. Pretty solid. Let me check and make sure I actually pressed go live. Okay, I did. Perfect. Let's go. Very cool. We are going to be building this little wagon right here. I'm excited. This is, like I said, this set's actually older than me, so that is pretty cool. The instructions are going to be really cool going through, because I have never built an old set with the instructions, so this is a first. I'm excited. I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be very cool. And it's going to be perfect because we're doing the little army build with these guys. This set didn't come with any minifigures. I got it for really cheap on eBay. So that is why it has no minifigure. But try to keep all the parts separate. But it has everything else. So that is pretty cool. Got the old little vintage Lego horse. That's solid. He's pretty cool. I really do like the old Lego horses. The new ones are cool with the little hinged hips. I thought I had, wait, I got one right here. The new ones are definitely cool, how you can like pose them in different ways and they look a lot more realistic, but these ones are just really cool. Because even when I was getting into Lego as a kid, that is what they had, like Prince of Persia and that type of stuff. I can't tell. In the instructions, hopefully you can kind of see them. In the instructions, the pieces that are black kind of look gray. So that's kind of confusing, but once I figured that one out, it's a little bit less confusing. I think we're working on the cannon card first. Actually, I know we are. And it looks like it's pretty darn simple, which is cool. These aren't the cannons that actually shoot anything, which I guess theoretically I have one on the desk. I don't know where it went. I don't know, but there's a new style cannon that you can pull this part back and it's spring loaded and it actually flicks or shoots a little piece out, which is kind of cool. You know, it's not necessary, but it is kind of cool. At some point, when we finish this set, I'll try and find that little cannon card, or the actual little cannon piece. And just like that, we have a little cannon card. That took like all of 5 seconds. What's going on, Crazy? My hair does look a lot different. Yeah, for sure. What's going on, Easy Bricks? Mr. Scott Davis, let's go. How you doing? Working on some classic Western right now. We're gonna be building this set right here, which I really like the, hopefully it's in frame and you can see it, the like secondary build that you can do. That's pretty cool. So we're gonna build this, and then I've got a little sneak peek for anybody watching of what is going to be the big Western mod. This is, oops, I tacked it down in the wrong spot actually. It's supposed to be a Mills plate so you can pop it together, but I just realized that I tacked it down in a spot where I shouldn't have. So we'll fix that later. Oops, and I don't know where I'm at. Granted, it took 6 steps with like 2 pieces per step, and we got a little cannon card, which is sick. This is my first cannon card. When we're done with this, I'll bring over the other little Western stuff. I'm really getting a Western kick, and I like it. Like I said, the sets are older than me, but I think it's still kind of cool. It's very cool. And of course, we've got some copyright-free Western going. I feel like I need to go put my cowboy hat on. You have that horse? Let's go. It's a pretty cool horse. I've got 2 of them over there, The old horses are 100% my favorite. The Native American horses are super sick. Here's one with a little chief on there, and then I've got the white one, which is super sick. He's got like a little handprint on the hind end. So cool. And then the actual, like the native figs are extremely cool. The face prints are wild to see so many minifigures with noses, but I still think it's really cool because it's like something Lego won't ever do again. Like this, I mean, they've done it before with like, you know, the Lone Ranger, but this is just like 90s stuff. Earlier, it's like 10 years before me, but it's still really cool. And the figures I thought were kind of cheap because I got a couple of these little cavalry dudes, which are kind of my favorite figure right now, at the local Lego store, which is 5 Star Bricks. And I got them pretty cheap because every once in a while they do a 25% off minifigure sale on Wednesdays. So I went down there on a Wednesday and I picked up a few of those guys for really, really cheap. So I was like, oh, sick, I'm gonna army build these dudes. And then started getting on eBay and saw that they're like $20 plus per figure. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be hard to army build. And then I'll show you a little sneak peek too. I'm working on the next video for the little army build installment. But this is what the little cavalry guys are up to now. And then I've got a source for somebody that has like thousands and thousands that are unbuilt. I need to make sure I get like some good pictures and make sure it's 100%, you know, legit, because it seems too good to be true. But if it is legit, like if somehow he's just got like the boxes when Lego would do send minifigures, then it's very possible that I have a source to get a ton of them for kind of a deal, not a ton, not a smoking deal, but a little bit of a deal. So that will be kind of cool though. The instructions are sick. I really like the pages, but they're kind of a little bit interesting on, like they don't show the greatest angles of 100% where the pieces are supposed to go. But you can kind of just guess and like you can get through it. That's kind of cool. It's got a little storage spot for, oh, I messed up. I definitely messed up. There we go. It's got a little storage spot. That's pretty cool. I would love to see them come back. Yeah, that would be super cool. Western Kick is really getting to me. 100%, dude. That's what wow, my brain just like totally did not work there. That's what I have been playing to get ideas for the landscape for the Western mock, which actually reminds me, I kind of want to play that again tonight. Red Dead Online, or you know, Red Dead 2 Online seems so dead. Like, it does not seem like there are very many people that play it anymore. What am I? Oops, I just kind of ripped the back page. This is like the most basic set ever. Oh. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. I don't know. What's going on with Eli Brick? Travis Scott. I don't remember what I was saying, but I got lost. Basically, that's what I was saying. I think. Also, these sets, the old Western sets, come with, I don't know. Oh yeah, right here. These old, I don't know if it's gonna focus. Let me connect it. This old style hinge, which is super cool. They don't do that anymore. So that is pretty solid. You should put some figures in that little slip right over on, oh, over here on this direction, or over, oh, right here. That would be cool. I do get what you're saying. I was thinking it would be kind of cool to take like some of the base plate that I have trimmed already and somehow putting it like that. I don't know, obviously the full width of it. Hopefully you can see that. The full width of it, so that way I could do something. But I don't know. But that would be kind of cool because unfortunately, I think, yeah, the gap is a little bit too big, or too small for figure. Yeah, I can't even get him sitting down. But I don't know. I would be down to put that base on. Why do I earn a what? Yo, unable to attend your Dubai. What? Yeah, I can't even read what he's typing. Let's see right here. But yeah, it would be kind of cool to get something like that. And that is super cool that you have the same shelves. I just processed that too. That is cool. Yeah, they're not technically, they're like bookshelves, so they weren't supposed to be stacked, but Lego bricks aren't supposed to be placed on their side, but people do that. I mean, technically they are, you know what I mean. You know what I was trying to say, like illegal building techniques. Oh, dang. So the sword that you hide is actually like very well hidden. You have to, I feel like I messed that up. Because you're like never getting back to that sword. I guess if your like wagon blows up, maybe you can get to it. That's interesting. I guess, okay. I guess the sword just goes in there. Gotta get more of these little pieces in there. I'm so excited to see it with the little canvas piece on. Okay, then we got these little cannonball. They just really throw the parts at you. It's like 2 pages, but they give you 12 different instructions in those 2 pages. How old were you? I don't really care. You guys can handle that. I don't know what's going on. I can't even understand what the heck he's saying, so. Which says a lot, because I speak gibberish all the time. So if I can't understand it, then you're whack. Maybe you're not whack, but your spelling's whack for sure. Dang, so yeah, this does not take very long to build at all. I was expecting a little bit more. I kind of want to get the Lego Fort, Lego Rado. I said Lego way too many times. I think it's called I'm calling it Lego Rado. But it is quite expensive when you find them on eBay, which is crazy, but it makes sense because they're pretty old sets. But the boxes on those sets were really cool. So there is the last page showing you everything you just did. He speaks English. Do you still have the Batman mech build? I do, 100%. Sitting on the nightmare of what was the Lego Batcave. But he's still chilling. I'm thinking once I get this little section, I'm gonna do, I think, 2 to 4 more, 2 to 4 more nose plates, and then from there, I am gonna go back to focusing on the back cave. Okay, crap. I'm gonna have to straighten this out because he folded it to put it in the package. So it's a little coney. What's going on? Does that say Epics? Epic? Thank you, sir, I appreciate it. It's a tint? Yeah, it kind of looks more like a tint than what it's supposed to. I think we can fix that. Kind of like restoring an old cape. Maybe. I could like steam press it. I just don't have a steam press. I mean, I'm sure somebody in the family does. Or we're just gonna try this method. The inverted table, whatever. Like when you're trying to straighten out a dollar bill or a bigger bill, and then you accidentally rip it in half. There's still definitely a hard crease line there. It's definitely just gonna do the same thing. Maybe we try folding it the other direction. Why did I get time out? Okay. Inverted folding. No, I think all that did was just like really seal the crease line in there. So I'm assuming in the box, they probably came like all flat, you know? Which means I'm probably gonna have to, if I really wanna get this like 100%, I'm probably gonna have to like steam it, you know, or whatever, iron it. I mean, it's not too bad. I guess that works. I'm cool with that. What camera do you use for your Instagram photos? It's the Canon EOS Rebel T2i. It's pretty solid. I like it. If you get the, I don't know what lens 100% I have on it. It's a 18 to 55 millimeter. So I don't know what that means 100%, but there's a little picture of a flower, and then that says 0.25 millimeter at 0.8 feet. So I guess that's kind of telling you what you should be at, which is kind of cool. I don't know why I just now realized that. But this is the camera, pretty solid. And then if you kick it onto the close-up mode, which is a little picture of a flower, it takes beautiful pictures. And then for editing my pictures, I just use Photoshop on my phone, which is an iPhone. I just use the Photoshop app, and then I don't go crazy on editing. At first I did, but then it looked like it was way too edited. So now I just kind of outline the minifigure, do a little bit of filler here and there, and then call it good. What goes on the side? Oh. Why do I have an extra? Oh no, this one's loose. We're gonna have to fix that. It's just like a real wagon. The freaking wheel keeps falling off of it. That's no bueno. Look at how easy that comes off. And these parts, this piece, I mean, I guarantee you I've got another one somewhere in there, but I'm not looking for it right now. So we're either gonna break it and force myself to look for it, or we're gonna fix it, or we're gonna stab myself in the process on accident. I just need to open, right, what happened is they got pinched together, so I just need to open them back up, so that way the clutch force strong again to hold the dang wheel on. Come home from working on cars and I gotta work on wagons. Are you kidding me? Now I opened it up too much. Well, I could have just taken that off the whole. There we go. No more loose wheel. They're solid now. Solid. From cars to wagons, 100%. What a beautiful old Lego set. Our parents. 100%. These are pretty solid. I guess technically, I'm trying to think of like what would be the prime year that you'd be born for these. And honestly, I don't know. It'd probably be like, I'm trying to think of how old I was when I was like really into Lego. Maybe like early 80s to be however old for the 90s. I guess this is, well, I see 1996 on the back. So this is probably from 96. Right there it says it, and then up here it says it. But it says 1996 Lego Group. Printed in Germany by Frank Druck. Preetz Holst. I probably definitely butchered those, but that's cool. I don't know, I just really like looking at the old Lego stuff. Lego System, like it wasn't even called really anything, it was just Lego System. That's cool. Oh, that's right, you got two little barrels, okay. So, oh, well now I'm way out of camera, or out of view. There it is. Got a little pony, a little wagon, some little cannonballs in the back, and a cannon. Then you also get a little whip, so that way your guy can sit there, tell your pony to move faster. And then this is really cool. Before they had, what the heck did I do with them? Oh, they're just on the little thing. I guess we can bring that over to that. So this is the other little wagon setup, and this one, I feel like technically I should switch now and make this the single horse one. This is like a money wagon. There's a little loot safe, and then a cart with some gold. But this is what I was trying to show you. I guess we'll take this one. Uh-oh, there. So before these, nice. Before, there were these little Lego Dynamite pieces. Lego just kind of printed it onto a 1x2 tile, which is pretty cool. I like that. The only other, I think, 1x2 printed tile I need now for the old Western stuff is the little deck of cards. It's pretty cool. It's actually just like a 1x2 white tile, but they printed a deck of cards on it. I think that's cool. Excuse me. Can the wagon drift? 100%. I think so. I mean, it's got, look at the steering angle on it. I mean, that's like way more than a 45. That's pretty solid. So this thing could 100% drift. I'd call that a drift. Probably have milk in my mustache now. But I would call that a drift. How was that a troll? Classic Lego guns are better. 1000% too. Dang, my computer is so behind. It's still showing me showing the camera. But yeah, 100%. The little Lego rifles are sick. And then so I have this whole packet that I printed out about the Civil War. That way I can kind of get some info about what type of equipment and like technology they had. And I was reading that they had quite a few, or like they use a few double barrel shotguns, or just shotguns in general. So I'm thinking these little Lego muskets are going to be but I'm gonna have them use for little Lego shotguns. I think that'd be cool. And I'm gonna have these type of dudes. These are like, I'm gonna call them the heavy type guys. I'm not sure 100% like what their name would have been in a cavalry. I haven't made it that far in the packet yet, but I just put these little backpacks on them, so I think they turned out pretty cool. I'm happy with these guys. So there's those guys, and then there's just the regular like infantry, whatever you want to call him. So there's this guy, and then there is this one, which is like a lieutenant or something. His printing, he's got the little pouch. So their printing is like kind of hard to tell the difference, but he has a little pouch and he only has buttons on the right side. So if you see that, only has the pouch or the buttons on the right side. And then we've got these guys, which have kind of a decorated collar, buttons on both sides, and then they all have the US belt, but I really like that US belt. So he's pretty cool too. And these guys are like, I'm not sure. These guys are gonna be the head officer, head lieutenant, head general, whatever. Those are gonna be them, and then I think I'm gonna try to make 2 more different types, and then so on and so forth from there. I'm not sure 100% what the number is gonna be. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 right now. I'm thinking 100. We'll see what 100 looks like in different variations. Right, you know. I don't think lights. Adding lights to your setup. Are they worth adding? I think so, 100%. Depending on if you're talking about like the lights in your Lego set, I haven't done that yet, but I think it's 1,000% worth it. I think it makes the sets look really cool. As far as just adding like LED, I want to add more in a different way. I'm not 100% happy with how that looks, but I am really happy with how this looks, where it's shining on the wall instead of in the cabinet, so you can't see the direct light source. But I think it makes these shelves just like pop 100%. I think it looks really cool. And then I think I can change all of them, but I can definitely change these 2 from my phone, and they'll do all different types of settings and everything, colors, which is cool for Instagram for sure, when you're just doing reels and stuff like that. That way your setup kind of looks different every time. Same setup, but you know what I mean. They're about the same length. That's pretty cool. I definitely feel like this is a smaller load than what this would be. So I feel like we should probably put the 2 ponies on this. But I don't know. Maybe we'll do that later. I'm just happy these little things are built. I'm not super happy with the little slope on this, but it's working for me. What's going on, SCP Brick Films? How are you doing tonight? What set is your favorite? That's a good question. My favorite set, just out of everything, maybe the Shield Helicarrier. I think you can see it. I just really like the way that set looks. You can look at it from like any angle and it looks really good. Unlike some Lego Star Wars sets where like you have to look at them from the top. If you look at them from like slightly underneath, it's just this skeleton. That thing looks freaking beautiful. It actually looks like a ship underneath it. But as far as like nostalgia goes, probably the 2006. I think I can move the camera. Let's see. Yeah, that way. Hopefully you can see it. 2006 Batwing and the Joker helicopter. I think that's gotta be probably for like the nostalgia one. I don't have the one that actually is like the most nostalgic, technically, which would be the newer version of that set, because that is what I got, and that was what was like in stores when I was a kid. But I played the Lego Batman video game and always wanted that version, but it was like I didn't even know. I just thought it was retired and done for. Like I didn't know you could buy it on eBay or something like that as a kid. So that's probably wanted to buy type thing. I don't know if that answers your question. Hopefully it does. Sort of. I improved my stop motion by adding lights. Nice, that's cool. Very cool. I'll have to check that out. If you have posted one yet. What's funny is when I bought that big lot, which you guys will see in the next video, I was, for some reason, I just saw a bunch of cavalry guys and was like, cool, buy. Or make a bid. But I didn't realize that the native little plate was going to become like a lot more full. Almost to the point where I think there might be, no, I don't think there's more. But there's definitely quite a few. And the mock, I'm not gonna have them fighting or anything like that. They're just, it's gonna be like peace. I don't know 100% what the mock is gonna be like, the main detail, what the figures are gonna be doing. I just know I wanna build some type of big landscape type of mock, or a bigger landscape type of mock. But I know I'm not gonna have them fighting, just cause freaking everything was so woke, and like, I saw one of the videos that, I forget the name, Beyond the Brick posted of a World War II mock. The comments were like so heated over it. It's like, are you kidding me? It's part of history. You can't erase that, and we're just gonna repeat it. Like, if you're offended by that, that's insane. Like, stay in a house, don't go outside, don't talk to people, because there's a lot more offensive stuff like than that in the real world. So I don't think I'm gonna do any fighting between the two. It's gonna be peace, but I definitely want some source of action. So I don't know. I was kind of thinking about making these guys out of the Indiana Jones minifigures and doing some type of other troop. So these guys, technically, it wouldn't be like Civil War fight, because that would not be. That would be another thing that probably wouldn't do the greatest, you know? So, I'm not sure what the plan is. It's maybe we could do aliens, who knows? That was the one thing I was thinking of that's like the least controversial, that could also be really cool, is like cowboys versus aliens. Because then I could put the cowboy minifigures in it, I could put the native minifigures in it, and I could put the cavalry in it. So I think that's like the top thing that I'm debating. But I want to design some type of cool alien. I don't think I want to use any minifigure aliens. Maybe something from Space Police. Another classic thing. That was what I was like really into as a kid. That was out, the second version of it, not the original. So we could do that, or try to design our own type of alien, or think of something different. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out. People getting offended by history is just disrespectful and childish. People are I 100% agree. 100%. Yeah, I think it's pretty crazy. Like, and yeah, it's just crazy times. The school will change to, you know, not offend people, which if you don't teach history, then it's, I don't know, it's crazy. Like, if you want to have a solid country, then you need to have solid kids and a solid education system. And not a bunch of mind-washed people that can't sit through a movie which is meant to entertain you without having to go on their phone and check their freaking TikTok or something. Like, pretty crazy. Okay, that's enough of the rant. Sorry, that's a little rant. Don't need to go there. Let's back on the Lego train, which is something that would be kind of cool. I wish I didn't destroy the Lego Harry Potter train that I had. If I didn't destroy that, then we could have a solid I said solid way too many times, sorry. I was trying to change the music, I just realized it stopped playing. We could have a pretty cool train type scene that I could try to implement. Which, I mean, I could still get one. You can get the smaller Harry Potter train for not too expensive at all. And then just change it so it's not the Harry Potter train and make it look like a luxury, you know, like a personal locomotive. And do some type of robbery scene. That could be kind of cool. Then we don't have to go the aliens route. But the aliens route would still be cool. Made a full video with the gun flash. Alright, well when you do, let me know and I'll for sure check it out. The Batcave is kind of, yeah, it's on hold basically right now. It's, when I think about it, it's like, oh my gosh. I should have just left what I had and tried to make it a little bit more fortified. Because it's going to be a really big process. But, I don't know. When we get to that point, like when I'm fully committed to it, it's going to be really cool. It's just going to be a lot to fully commit to. Because not only is it going to be relatively expensive, it's going to be extremely time consuming and like extremely repetitive to build the core of it. It's just going to be like super repetitive. But in order to do it, it's going to be really cool. Good old train. I'm going to have to look that up for sure. Let me write that down actually, so I don't forget. Let's also move this over here, that way we can work on it. Let me write this down real quick. 10, 9, 4. That would be sick. Yeah, because it doesn't have to be the Harry Potter train. Just kind of pricey. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up for sure. And then, you know, think about it, what I could do to kind of modify it, depending if it needs to be modified. And then price out the Harry Potter. Oh my gosh, I got the hiccups now. The Harry Potter set. Because if I can find the train with some track pieces at the local Lego used hobby store, we're just gonna call them 5-Star Bricks from now, because that's the name. If I can find them there, you know, the set might be like $40, so that might be a steal. That place does kind of come in clutch for just like random stuff like that. And then this is the little random bucket of stuff that was in this before I decided to put it all on a Mills plate so that way I could make it a lot bigger and connect it all. But I'm pretty happy with how this little section is turning out so far. The river, because I've never done a sunken river before in a Mills plate, is straight right here, but I'm just gonna make it, it's a creek technically. It'll have some curves once it goes this direction. But in order to test out how to do it, I just did a straight section right here. So that is why that is straight. But I did try to break it up. I put the little bridge going across with some rock stuff. And I broke it up enough that I feel like it doesn't look too like perfect, because a creek is not perfect. But there are straight sections. And the music's not gonna play. We're just gonna turn this up. Yeah. Have you ever? I need to turn this. That way I can actually read them. Have you ever rode a horse before, Brad? My name or something about asking you. I have tried to ride a horse. My girlfriend rides horses. She like was raised with horses. She has. I've tried. I did not go well. I didn't even get on the horse completely before like not bucked off. I just threw my momentum over the horse, and I was like, yeah, if I can't even get on the darn thing, I ain't gonna be able to ride it. So my journey ended real quick. But, you know, that was it. Because at the same time, I just quit riding dirt bikes, because last time I got hurt on a dirt bike, I was like, ooh, if I do something stupid again, like, I don't know. I don't want to be in pain already by the time I'm 30. I'm only 21. So, I was like, yeah. At some point, I'm sure once we have like our own property, and I know Ness is going to want to get a horse, so I'm sure we're going to get a horse, and at some point I'm going to have to get back on the saddle, or get on the saddle, since I never really even made it on. But I would definitely, if you want to, 100% ask them for sure. And then, you know, obviously have them like walk you through everything so you're doing it in a safe way. But this kind of is going to show the scale of how big this is going to have to be in order to fit everything. Because just these would take up like most of the mock. I mean, this would be plenty to have like 7 to 10 figures probably. You could get a lot of detail in here. But for what we're doing, we're going to need a lot more room than that. And we're also, so the next plate is probably going to be, this I'm thinking is going to be kind of like the beginning. There's going to be more green as it goes that direction. We've got a little camp section here. I think I'm going to put the tent somewhere over here possibly. Let me place it back down because now I'm rethinking that. Yeah, I think the tent will probably go around here. Have some area over here, a place for a horse. Some type of little hitching post. And then over here, hopefully you can see it. Hopefully over here, what's going on is going to be where the beginning of like the training area is going to be set up. But I also on this section have the just like a little campsite. I don't know what that was. A little campsite for the bandits, little banditos. Let's try to get these guys to connect. I gotta say, building on Mills plate is 100% like the way to go. If you're gonna do something that has the possibility of getting bigger, Mills plating it is the way to go. It's just part intensive and kind of time consuming if you don't have your parts organized and they're all just in a giant bucket, because then you gotta dig through it. So it makes it like 4 times as long. Lego stop motion videos. Nice, what's going on? Nice, what are you working on? I've been liking the mocks you're posting on Instagram. They're looking top notch. Speaking of old Lego firearms, there's a bucket of them. The little pistols or revolvers are my favorite. And I think, oh, what else am I waiting on? No, I still am. I got 3 more Calvary guys on the way. I forgot about them that I got for a really good deal on eBay. So we'll wait a minute. Yeah, we'll wait a couple more days until those guys come in until the video's fully done. But that's cool. I'm happy to have this little thing. Solid. And another horse. I did get, I guess I'll show that too. So the white horse, this one right here, got that on a little eBay deal. And then we also got this guy, little Shogun guy. I think that's technically the wrong helmet. And the horse and the little flag. So that's pretty cool. I got that for like $12, I think. Pretty cool. See you later, sir. You have to make a minigun animation. That's cool. That's gonna look really cool, I bet. I kind of want to snag this dude's horse for one of these guys, because I don't really have very many old Lego horses. I was debating, actually I did bid on it, but it got like way too high, on a Lego horse lot, old school one. It was a pretty decent lot. So I think that's what I'm gonna try to keep looking for in order to get, because that's gonna be one of the other variants of the dudes, is going to be the dudes on horses, swords, straight up OG cavalry dudes. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. It's a bit of a, it's a massive work in progress. I kind of went a little early on putting a little shrubbery in, but I wanted to make sure that having the green plate wasn't going to look too wacky once you get it covered up with a little bit of shrubbery. which is the other thing. I'm making a list, and I need to remember to put that on. At 5 Star, they've got just bags for like $5 of just all kinds of random plant type stuff. I was gonna say plant material, but not plant material, plant pieces. So I'm definitely gonna grab 2 or 3 of those because you can never have too many just random plant parts. And then I've got a tree. And let's go grab the rest of the stuff. So at least it's over here. The table is a freaking mess. Happy early birthday. Oh, nice. Yeah, happy early birthday. Let's go. That's cool. With a Humvee, a village in Afghanistan. Nice. That's gonna be cool. I'm excited to see how you do that. Are you doing like I forget what it's called, where you do like the face of it, so that way you have a lot of room for action, or are you doing like a bigger build with a little bit? You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say? Like where you only build the face of a building. I kind of tried that before, but I didn't spend enough time on it, and it turned out pretty crappy. Like it did not look like it was actually a building behind the wall. I know there's a few ways of doing it where on the windows you build a little box, so that way it's actually hollow in there, and it looks like it's got depth in it. But yeah, you just gotta spend enough time messing around with it. Which is like I was saying with this, just spending time figuring out how to make the creek actually like inverted, Well, the creek is technically flat, but it's beneath this level. You know what I'm trying to say. So that's cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of these little random pieces. I just need to sit and stare at it and like figure out, because this was it's technically a half a base plate bigger than the original section, but I added a creek right through the middle versus just around the back. And I also didn't really have, I don't know, it's just for some reason there's like not as much room on this setup, even though it's technically bigger. Grabbing the rest of the stuff for it. I have this random tree that's totally out of place because there's these little pine trees. So this tree is like, it seems like it's kind of out of place. So I don't think that's gonna stay. Oops, but for right now it's gonna stay. Just in case it does, I need to figure out where I'm gonna put this little tent. I could not think of what it's called. This is from Indiana Jones, which I kind of want to get a couple more of those. Nice looking tree. Thank you. To use my nightstand. Oh dang, yeah, that's whatever you got to do to get it done. That's cool. I'm sure it's gonna turn out pretty solid. Yeah, I feel like the tree definitely, it's cool because it adds a lot of, it adds a lot of height, but it kind of does take up like the view. So for right now, we're gonna go no tree, and then if I find a good spot to add the tree back, we'll add the tree back. Thank you, I appreciate it. The base is pretty basic for the base, but I am pretty happy with how it turned out so far. I just saw something floating in my milk, and I was like, did a bug just kamikaze it's into my milk? But it's a freaking Lego gun. I don't know if you can see it. That's, can't even get it out. It's like barely floating in there. How did I send literally a Lego revolver in my milk? I wonder how many other Lego parts I just drank. Extra protein? Yeah, I guess. Hopefully you finish your mock before next year, June. What do you do when your figures that didn't make it to the display? I have extra ones lying around in a bin. Yeah, basically, base plate them is what I do because I don't really worry about leg cracks too much. I mean, the more expensive ones, I won't do that. But I also just build random stands out of parts and pieces. This one used to have figures on it, but now it's got random figures on it. I'll just build kind of random minifigure displays and kind of group them up and... Oh, that's where that head went. It was underneath it. I've been looking for that for a certain one and I couldn't find it and it was underneath it. But yeah, base plates, or I'll just build little displays for them. Like this was a super quick one because I sold a bunch of my clone troopers. I just whipped that one up for what I have left. Oh nice, you do stop motion too, that's cool. I'm knocking everything over, but I forget what we were talking about. Oh yeah, minifigures. Yeah, so they're not on the shelf or something, then they just get put on a base plate or another random display. And then I kind of cycle through too. Like, if I have certain figures that I've been displaying for a long time, I'll change them up or swap them out for a different figure. Yeah. Or, oh yeah, this tent. I don't know where it's gonna go because the tent itself is kind of big. Tent. And I kind of want it to be sideways, like that. I don't know why I put all this plate right there. I don't want it too close to the bridge either. I think we're gonna rock with it right around here. I've got a couple of just little jumpers so that way I can tack it down offset, like off-centered. Because for some reason, anytime I can put Lego in direction that it's not supposed to go, I do, because I like it more that way. Kind of breaks up the normal pattern of it, but I might not be able to with this one. Actually, I think it just went. Nice. I just found its studs, found where it needed to go. I just knocked these off. Got Johnny Thunder with his exploration cap. Going to town over here, so I'm trying to make like a little pathway. It looks like he's cutting through. Build a Lego swamp. Yeah, that would be a cool little Lego build. Yeah, because you could implement a bunch of different colors and like translucent tiles and everything like that. That would be a cool little build. You should do it. Try it. Maybe like a small one. Start with like a little pit first. Okay, I don't think there's any more Lego parts in there. Okay. Yeah. And then I also built this guy, a little Forceman, a classic Forceman. Because I found the body, and then I found the hat, so then the rest of the parts and pieces are just kind of basic. I think I'm happy with where this is. I guess I can kind of start throwing some of the random luggage that I had stored up. I guess we'll do that first, and then put the rest of the... Actually, I don't really have any more plant stuff. I don't have a ton of plant stuff. 100 degrees there. Dang. Yeah, it's like, it's pretty hot here too. Last time I checked, it was still, it wasn't 100, but it was like 94, 95 at like 7:30, 6:30. No, it was like 7:30 when I checked. Paco? Paco? What are you doing? He's looking at me wagging on his tail now. Arizona, it's 108. Dang, yeah, that's not fun. Hey, buddy, come here. Did I wake you up? Did I wake you up? Come here. Come on. Come on, if you do half the effort, I'll do the rest. Or you don't even gotta do half. Come on. Come on. Come on. Jump up here. There you go. There's Paco Taco. It's 71 in Ohio. That's not too bad. That's pretty bearable. Yeah, 108 is not fun. Yeah, it is gonna be pretty hot here in California. I was just looking at the weather and I was like, oh brother, that does not look fun. Well, it's not gonna be fun, especially at the shop, because the shop gets really hot. $70 to $60 in North Carolina, that's pretty good. That's very nice. Paco, they say you're cute. You are pretty cute. Yeah, you're pretty cute. You're tired. It's hot, so he's tired right now. The room's got the AC on. You can go in there. It's much better. Yeah, it's much better. What are you working on in the shop? Just some random stuff right now. We've got I think it's a early 70s, late 60s Chevy 350. Pull on your stuff. There you go. There you go. Pretty nice. It's all blue, baby blue. Doing new fuel lines and all that type of fun stuff on that. And then just some other basic stuff, basic work. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I got this built way faster than I was planning on. We got the tint placed. Made a bigger mess, which is cool. That's cool. These instructions, I definitely need to figure out. Make Paco and Lego. That would be cool. There's actually one of the guys I follow on Instagram. His buddy had a wiener dog dachshund, and they built him out of Lego. It's pretty cool. Throw that away. Get all these parts. I got a decent amount of plate, but not nearly enough for the next Mills plate. I was gonna go yesterday to 5-star, but I didn't. I should have. But for sure next Wednesday we're gonna go. I might even go this weekend. Uh-oh, the video froze. Okay, hopefully, I think I fixed it now. Yeah, I think this weekend, see the angle, hopefully the angle's okay. This weekend we're gonna go to 5-star, and then Wednesday we're gonna go to 5-star to get minifigures, but I'm thinking this weekend we'll probably go possibly to see if they have any trains, and then to get a bunch of plate, because we need tan plate, we need green plate, we need brown plate, we need black plate. I think that's all the plate. Dark tan plate. I think that's the only colors we need. And then we need a bunch of we need a bunch 2x2 brick for the Mills plate. So we need that, and then everything else I just said, which I do have most of that written down. I just need to like put all of this in a bucket and go through it. But when I do that, I don't go through it. But I'm finally starting to go through it because I'm trying to get my inventory a little bit more clean and like make sense, and parts are here, pieces are there, everything's where I need it. But it is not that way yet, and it is a ton of work getting it that way. But it's worth it, because when like you actually need parts and pieces and you know exactly where they're at, it saves you so much time versus just digging through a bucket. Like I'm finally at the point where I want to build more mocks because I really enjoy it. That means I need to have my inventory on lock, and it is not right now. It's unlocked and it has been made a mess of. So the inventory is something we're going to be working on, and just more mocks. Try to get more mocks made. This one I want to try to make to where I can actually take it somewhere where I don't know. That's why I'm trying to do it on the nose plate, so I can break the whole thing apart and then place it all back together. Once we get there, and put all the parts that get thrown everywhere back where they need to be. I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't know where I would take it yet though. I do next year plan on going to Brick World Chicago, which is gonna be cool. Do you have a black Lego horse? I do. I have this one, which is the classic one, and then I've got a couple different, versions of these ones. I've got the Lord of the Rings ones somewhere. Actually, they're right here with the red eyes. That's pretty cool. These ones have the red eyes, and they also have the like movable hips, so that's pretty cool. I think I have two of them with the red eyes, and they also have the armored printing on their face, which is solid. And I do have these, which is cool. I've got this one, and then I have a red one. Where's the horse? They don't fit on the new horses, unfortunately, but on the old horses, you know, if you want to give your horse some armor, got the horse armor. And then I've got a red one, which actually looks like a dragon, for like the dragon knights. This is just some armor. I don't know where the dragon headpiece went. It is pretty cool though. I was thinking about putting it on, oh, here it is. There's the dragon one. I don't know, what do you guys think about that? I feel like it kind of takes away from the printing of the actual horse, and it really doesn't make much sense. You can drop some parts. Like, it doesn't make much sense. It does look cool, but I don't know. It does match this chief too. This is like a little custom chief I made out of just all red, because I thought the all red looked kind of cool. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different natives with the headdresses. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that, but we'll figure it out. Ever since I grew up, castle. You have a ton of tan pieces. So that's pretty solid. Yeah, the Hogwarts castle. That's how I got most of my tan plate, was just buying a bunch of Lego Harry Potter sets and then just parting them out. Yeah, you're not a fan? Yeah, me neither. I don't think it's... If it was different, like if I had a different style, I think if it was a black horse with a red saddle, this was red, and then it was for like one of these dudes, it would make a lot more sense, even though he's like the scorpion guy. Probably make more sense. Yeah, this is a really cool old Western figure. This dude's pretty cool. Need to make a facility background. That's cool. That could be a little bit of an endeavor, but that's gonna be really cool. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. It's gonna be solid. Facility. I think the reason my phone froze the first time was because it's almost dead. Make sure it's not frozen now. Yeah, it's not frozen now. Okay. I'm going to wrap this one up. I will see you all in the next stream. For sure, it's going to be next Thursday. I'm going to try to go live at least once a week. I know I keep saying that, but doing it more than one day a week was like too much, and I just gave up on it. So I'm going to try for sure to do at least one day a week. I'm going to try to do it every Thursday. We'll see. And we'll have a video out in a couple days. I'm going to try to make some more shorts here and there. But I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great rest of your night. And peace out. Drink some water, stay hydrated, and enjoy some different YouTube content. And now it's the awkward part where I gotta try to end this.